everybody, it's Scott Bunce, and I am really excited today because I have one of the most unique speakers I've run into in a Vistage meeting. Boaz, who is been speaking for 22 years, as I think at the time when he gave his speech, it was number speech 2170 in his series of speeches. And it was so unique, and it would delve into how to communicate, how to host meetings, and how to connect with people. He was very unique in the fact that there were no slides, there were no handouts, and yet he had people on the edge of their chairs the whole time. Boaz, thank you for being part of this. And if you would, please give us a little bit more about your background as we dive into this.
Thank you, Scott. It's an honor to be here. It was an honor to be with you and your Vistage members. What a great group, indeed. My mother was from Poland, dad from Austria. They both went to Palestine in 1935 as pioneers to help build a new country. And that's where I was born, in Israel. I was there until I was 9. We immigrated to America. Lived in Tulsa, Oklahoma for many years, California for a long time, San Diego, Los Angeles, Newport Beach. And I've been in Dallas for the last 5 years. And it has been a privilege over the last 22 years, as Scott mentioned, to speak for Vistage groups all over the country. My daughter lives here. My son is in San Diego. And last November, I just got married to a lovely lady who, when she was 20, was in the Miss America pageant. She didn't win that competition, but she certainly won my heart. So I married Miss America. So, Scott, it's an honor to be here with you.
Absolutely. So in all of your speeches, I'm sure you've come up with some unique scenarios where people miscommunicate and they're going to need tips from you. Can you give me an example where you could just see in one of your presentations where somebody was off track on how they're communicating and how maybe you were able to self-correct along the way and give them some guidance on how to better communicate?
Absolutely. And actually, I see it at every meeting, almost 2,200 meetings for the last 22 years. Scott, we talk in my presentations about the fact that 85% of our success depends on our ability to get along with people. Only about 15% is the actual technical know-how. And yet there are no classes in ordinary schools on how to get along with people, none in junior high, high school, college, postgraduate, none. And most of the problems I see Vistage members and anybody in business confronting deals with the people issues. You know, if I have a product in my hand and it doesn't work, I can either fix it, change it, scrap it, or redesign it. But Scott, it doesn't talk back to me. It doesn't give me an ulcer, calls me aggravation. And so the majority of people don't realize that they should be spending more time studying their people skills than they should be spending talking about their bottom line. Because the bottom line, if we don't have the cooperation of people, means nothing. Does that make sense?
Well, not only does it make sense, I think that if the communication isn't working, it has a direct negative impact on bottom line. So yeah, that does resonate with me.
Exactly. So I recommend for people to do a few simple things. The first thing every morning and the last thing every night, to just get their attitude going in the right direction. Declare some positive affirmations. Here's my favorite, this one line. And if you're watching this, you ought to be writing this line down because it could be worth a fortune to you. Everything I touch prospers and succeeds. Isn't that an amazingly positive direction for the mind? Scott, I teach this stuff, but I can be as negative as quickly as anybody. I just can't afford it. It's too expensive for me. So when I get to thinking something negative, well, I'm not happy with this and I'm not happy with that. And this, I say, whoa, stop. Let's refocus. Everything I touch prospers and succeeds. And if that's all anybody did, the first thing every morning and the last thing every night, I'm not asking you to believe it, just say it. Because our mind hears everything as an order. And anytime during the day when we're frustrated about anything, just stop. No, wait. Everything I touch prospers and succeeds. And Scott, that gets me back on the right track.
You know, I think about the news today what's going on in the world. I think about social media. There are so many influences that can be negative that if you can't start with that right mindset, the best of people can be easily thrown off track.
Totally. When I was in college at the University of Tulsa, I was a newscaster on radio and television stations in Tulsa many, many years ago. And Scott, they told us the thing that leads off every newscast is murder and mayhem. Because if you don't have that, you don't get people's interest. So absolutely. So may I suggest first thing in the morning, do not turn on television news. Don't listen to radio news. Don't pick up the paper. If something major happens, someone will let you know. And please, don't get right to your emails. Most emails, Scott, are not life and death. So what if I don't get to it till an hour from now? Nobody's going to die, thank God. So how about just declaring first thing in the morning, last thing at night, positive affirmations of things you want to happen in the right direction. And Scott, as you know, I promote two books. I promote two books big time. How to Win Friends and Influence People and Think and Grow Rich. And if in the morning you declare a few positive affirmations and read a page a day in each book, that's all. That'll change your life. That'll change your life. The problem with these books, though, Scott, is people who read them read too many of them one time only and don't internalize anything. Find one, whether it's one of these or another. Read it at least 3 times. And just spend 5 minutes a day reading a page a day in each book. And when you're through, read them over again. So you've read the books at least 3 times. So please, no TV news, no radio news. That was our big deal. Murder and mayhem.
You know, I think almost anybody can not eat the elephant all at once and sit down and read a whole book. But if you can take a few 3 pages, make some highlights, make some notes, it's digestible.
Sure. And if you get upset during the day, go in your office, Scott, close the door, open up any page in How to Win Friends and read one page. It will suddenly shift your gears. Well, that's kind of interesting because if I don't adjust my attitude, Scott, then I'm about to spread poison to the next few people I'm meeting. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, it makes sense.
Do I want to do that? I don't think so. I don't think it's just because I'm in a rotten attitude doesn't mean I have to spread it around to other people. I got to go fix myself, Scott. I'll be back. And a good question to ask at any time during the day if we feel frustrated about anything. What is the most valuable thing I should be doing right now? And sometimes the answer is go take a walk.
That's right. I think
Scott, I'm not in a good mood right now. I admit it. I'm not in a good mood. I'm going to go take a walk and fix my attitude.
I think that people are feeling guilt about disconnecting, guilt about they're missing something on their phone, guilt about missing something in emails, and when in reality, they have to start to adopt the attitude that I'm going to be healthier if I can separate and move forward.
Now, and for things to change, I've got to change. And if I don't change those habits, then whatever's been going on is going to continue. If everything's perfect, great. But if it's not, maybe I should spend a little less time focusing on what's not helpful and a little more on what is.
So, Boaz, like me, you have a few gray hairs, and
oh yeah,
I'm wondering if you reflect back over your years in business and giving speeches, what type of attitudes did you have as a young man that have changed over the years and you now view it from a different perspective?
oh, absolutely. The first thing is, I sort of wish somebody would have sat me down when I was a teenager or 19 or 20 years old and got me to read these 2 books over and over and over. My college degree at the University of Tulsa, I'm proud of that. But what I did is I did a postgraduate program after college of reading these 2 books once a month, every month for 5 years. These are my postgraduate programs. And I honestly wish I had done it even earlier and started to apply some of the ideas earlier. It's one thing about reading, but if you don't apply, it's worthless. So I think finally, I'll be 78 next month, I'm finally getting some of my own information and finally using it. At least I'm getting it now. And so some of the things that I've learned along the way that I need to change is I need to work more on me, and I need to stop making, how should I say, I need to stop complaining about what is not working. I just need to stop complaining. Because Scott, I've almost died 3 times in my life. I'm fine now. My sweetheart, who I married last November, had colon cancer last year. She was in intensive care with infections after colon cancer. She almost died. So when I think of something in business not going right, I'm thinking, wait a minute, wait. Can we just take mental inventory here? Can we just take mental inventory? I'm fine. My sweetheart is fine. Anything in business is not hardly even close to any of that. So I have to talk to myself, and I have to continue doing that. I wish I could tell you it was automatic. It's not.
Yeah.
I have to work at it every day. So maybe now I just realized that I got to be more serious about working at it and not let the negative thoughts take any more time than necessary.
Right.
Any more minute or two is a waste. It's a big waste. So what do I need to do now? I need to pick up the book. Maybe call my sweetheart, tell her how much I love her. Call people like you, tell them how much I appreciate you, Scott. I need to do something.
I don't know if you recall, but you gave a suggestion, and I kind of gave a twist to my own interpretation. You talked about the power of little video messages. And
Yeah.
I have my mother who is suffering from dementia. And over time, unfortunately, slowly, I'm losing her. And since the meeting, once a day, I'm recording about a 1.5 minute little video reflecting back to wonderful times that me and my mother had. And I'm sending it to her, and her partner and my sister play it for her. And it's been such a big, impactful thing. And I have you to thank for that. It was, while I took a little twist on what you were saying, you gave me a gift, and I want to thank you for that.
My pleasure, Scott. I'm delighted, absolutely delighted. I had a relative years ago died from that, and I know anything that you can do to bring a slight smile to somebody's face has got to be beneficial. And so I used to have my own advertising agency, and I love ways of connecting with people, communicating that are different. They're absolutely just different. And one of those you just mentioned, video texts. You know, a regular text, Scott, if I text you some words, that's not really me talking. That's my phone talking to your phone. There's something human about that. And in fact, there can be problems because if I state a word differently, you may take it differently. Well, what do you mean by that? And I didn't even mean it. So, you know, where you take pictures on your phone, you can do a video. Do a 1 minute or less video to somebody and just text that to them with no words. So what they get is they get a kind of television screen with an arrow in the middle. Everybody pushes that. And people love it. People love it. I had a CEO who, during the break in my message meeting one day, a couple of weeks ago, I suggest everybody go video text somebody at work for whatever. Thank them for something, compliment them, do anything. So he comes back from the break and he's about to break into tears. I said, what happened? He said, well, I did a video text to my vice president because he and I had an argument yesterday that really was not pleasant at all. And I was really concerned and all that. So I just video texted him 30, 45 seconds and apologized. He texted me back a video that lasted over 2 or 3 minutes, and he was crying on the video. Said, I cannot tell you what your video message just meant to me. I was really concerned about my future here. Now I'm ready to give you my all. Can it be that simple, Scott? Yes. Great communications can be that simple. A page a day in each book, doing a video text, or sending handwritten notes, note cards to people. Oh, you remember this the other day? This is so cool. This is so cool, but I always wonder, do not use note cards with your company logo or your name printed on them. They'll think you have a bunch of those. Just get plain note cards. CVS, Walgreens, you can buy a bunch of note cards with the design for like $7, $8 with envelope. One line on a handwritten note card, more touching than 2 paragraphs in an email. Dear Scott, enjoyed our phone conversation Tuesday. Dear John, we appreciate you being our client for 5 years. Your business card goes behind the card, in the envelope, not inside the card. No return address or name on the front or back. I want them to guess who it's from and open it. And then don't use one stamp, but don't meter. Use a variety of stamps, different denominations that equal the postage, like this.
I love it.
You think, Scott, people might remember these? Of course they would. Now here's one. This is kind of interesting. See the lines? I think this is somebody at the post office, Scott, telling me they're coming after me because I don't see somebody just do. And people remember these. They absolutely remember them. But how long would it take? 1 minute. 1 minute to do something that makes you memorable. That is unique. That is you. And write some to previous clients. Dear Scott, whatever we did lose your business 3 years ago, I'm sorry. I'd give anything just to have coffee with you. So one CEO did this to a previous client, got a call immediately. Harry, just got your handwritten note card with all the stamps. I appreciate the note, but why'd you put all the stamps there? Proper answer is because you're worth more than one stamp.
Mm.
And he said, Scott, what are you doing for lunch on Monday? And I hope you're all hanging on your britches because for dessert, he got the business back that week. His first order was for $1 million. So
Wow.
before you think my idea is ridiculous and you would be caught dead doing it, how'd you like to look ridiculous all the way to the bank with an extra million? We can all be bought, including me.
You know, you had so many quotes in the presentation, and we all were writing furiously, trying to keep up with your little nuggets of wisdom. I'd like to take the conversation in one more direction because
Sure.
reflecting back to your presentation, what I got out of it, you gave several ideas about effective meetings and how to position the room. And if you could just take a few minutes and give me your best practices on holding meetings.
Absolutely. Most meetings do not get the results people want because there are no rules. So here are some of the rules. And by the way, you should be taking notes here. JS, just saying. So one, be sure the room is not too large. You don't want a room that looks oversized for the number of people. Make your room look crowded. Make it look crowded. That makes it look important, okay? So I'd rather have more people in a smaller room. That's number one. Number two, no empty chairs. No empty chairs. I don't care. Somebody will be here in 2 minutes from now. They're not here right now, and I'm starting my meeting. So all empty chairs get put up against the wall. People come in late. Oh, look, we have more people than we expected. Can we put up another chair for John or for Mary? No empty chairs. Number three, I used to be a television producer and director. Lighting was really important to us, and it should be important to you in your meetings. Make sure all the lights are up, all the switches are flipped, the dissolves are all the way up. Some rooms, I've spoken in hotel rooms, and there were 5 circuits. Walked into one day, and the room looked dark. Why? Only 2 of the circuits were on. The other 3 were off. I said, may I turn the lights on? Sure. The moment I did, everybody looked around. Oh my gosh, this room looks so much better. And if any of the lights don't work, get somebody there to fix it. I'd rather delay the meeting by a few minutes and have good lighting. And wherever possible, have natural light. Don't meet in an interior meeting room. Interior meeting rooms make me feel like I'm in a cave. And open the shades. Open the shades. Another rule, no distractions. No distractions. If you hear a phone going off during the meeting, just suggest to somebody, go ahead and answer it. We'll wait. And you can just tell us what it was all about when you're through. That will cure some people, you know? And another real powerful meeting is to run it on television time. You know, when we have a regular clock like I have in my office here, there's no urgency about that regular clock, but time is money when you're running meetings. So run it on a backwards clock. You all have a timer on your phone. Just set the time for the length of the meeting. And when this goes to 0, we have to leave the room. Now, doesn't mean, Scott, if you bring up something important before we're through at 5 minutes of, I take a vote. How many of you believe Scott's point is well taken? We should extend our program by 5 minutes. Majority vote, I reset my clock. But other than that, we got to leave the room. Gives some urgency to a meeting, doesn't it? Absolutely. And one other one for the moment, if you have someone in your meeting who constantly goes on and on and on about something, and everybody's wondering, why does Boaz always let so-and-so monopolize the meeting? Don't let them do that. Take charge of your environment. Get an old-fashioned pad. And if they're about to go on for the umpteenth time in a meeting, here's what you do. Put your hand up like this. John, Mary, this is like a stop sign. We're all very interested in knowing What is your main point? Pick up your pad and put pen to the pad. They will get right to it. What is your main point? And one other one, as you saw the other day, Scott, don't have people sitting for more than 30 minutes at a time. I get tired. If you go on for 45 minutes, I'm exhausted. You think I'm not interested? No, I've been sitting too long. Put an alarm on your phone if you need to. Every 30 minutes, I take breaks at the top of the hour. At the bottom of the hour, I just ask everybody, stand up, just stand up, shake loose, shake loose. And also I give people all the rules at the beginning. I said, this is when we're going to take the breaks. This is when we'll end precisely on time. And if you need to come and go get food, go get coffee, just go get it. I tell people, feel free to move around. Because I don't want people thinking about things while I'm getting their attention. Well, I should have gone to the restroom before we started. Wish I'd gotten some coffee, some food. You just gave your first brilliant point. So people would just be aware of a few simple things like this, Scott. Their meetings will be twice as productive in half the time.
I love it. All great suggestions. And Boaz, I wish I could continue because you gave us 2.5, 3 hours of brilliant ideas around communication and meetings and winning back clients. All of these things were fantastic. So if somebody that's watching today wants to get a hold of you to learn more about you, what you do, get a meeting booked with you, how would they do that?
Absolutely. If it's a Vistage chair, feel free to call me. Here's my number. Please write it down. I live in Dallas, but I still have my San Diego area code where I used to live. 619-723-3007. 619-723-3007. Or if you wish to email, it's Boaz Power, B as in boy, O Oscar, A Alpha, Z Zebra, my first name, Boaz Power, like the power company, Power. And Scott, I'm the only one who has this service at AOL.com. Boaz Power at AOL.com. Be delighted to find out what your goals are and see if we can make a change in something you're doing.
I love it. Boaz, thank you again for your time today and all of your insights. I've really enjoyed it.
My honor, Scott. You're a fine person to do this with. Thank you.
You bet. All the best.